Hey guys, welcome back to Fandom Sage Powers, where we discuss comics, heroes, villains, and the Dawn. We are beginning a new series today with Hellions issue number 1. This is going to be fun. Let's get it. 3, 2, 1. Engaging. Ugh. Stragglers are down. Weapon secure? Weapon secure. Now we find the idiots who sold military-grade weapons to the Hellfire cult. That's the Hellfire cult, nothing to do with Hellfire Trading Company. Jordan distinctions wiped. Perhaps they've stolen. Yeah, Kurt, this guy looks like a real cat burglar. No, these guys are idiots. More likely, a rich bigot wanted to help dumber, poorer bigots celebrate the anniversary of the Mutant Massacre with another one. It's dangerous to assume they are all out to get us, Havoc. Are you teaching me? Did I stumble into one of your Bible studies? That worked. Ha 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 ha! Ugh. Blue guy's down. This one not yet. Bleed him, Ned. Bleed him. You hear that, mutie? No! I'm gonna have fun with you. You don't scare me. Not for much longer, no. Hey! I got him. Get off me! You can't kill him, kid. What are you talking about? I can smell the flesh. Why are you looking at me like that? What did I do? The island nation of Krakoa offers a home and a fresh start for all mutants. Easier said than done. I would remind the council that all mutants are welcome on Krakoa, even the inconvenient ones. Sure, but also, if I have to behave, everyone does. Throw them in the pit of exile. Ah, Mr. Sinister has something to say. Can you all tell how shocked I am? Are your epaulets getting bigger? You want to go down this road? I will be on your ass every step of the way. Mr. Sinister's shoulder ornamentation will not be outdone. Kill me. Please. God. Back to the point at hand. What do we do with them? I don't know why I'm here. I was just having fun. Manny? No. Are you doing that? Dude, you are so they're gonna kick you out. I'm serious. Stop. Shut up. Enjoy yourself. Look at him go. This is awesome. I know you hate me. Die. Cat's eye, stop. Ow! Cat fight. Get it? What the hell? Hey, stop it. Don't stop. Go. Don't these two just piss you off? Of course they do. Yeah. Jetstream, stop. Heard you been talking That was fun. I finally analyzed the temporal size slices Emma harvested from Manuel de la Rocha's brain. The results were disturbing as expected, but for an alarming reason. They revealed a cold, sadistic mind ravaged not by psychosis or genetic defect, but bad data. To explain, the brains of our species, like those of our Homo sapien cousins, come hardwired for environmental feedback. We touch a flame, we get hurt. We never touch the flame again. So too do we look to our peers for emotional feedback. We hurt a friend, their tears shame us. We strive to bring back a smile. And so we learn to bargain, apologize, embrace, and connect. Not so Empath. Upon the activation of his X gene at an atypically young age, Manuel gained the power to control the emotions of others. He had only to flex his mind and all social feedback became positive. No matter how hurtful his actions, he only experienced love and adoration in return. His insults would inspire affection. His violence, adulation. His sadism, devotion. No action was so heinous as to alienate him from his peers, as they were under his thrall. Environmental cause and effect, the emotional data the mind relies on to form its reality, disappeared. Manuel de la Rocha is a warped, profoundly unpleasant young man, a danger to every mutant on Krakoa. But the uncomfortable truth of this case is this: a violent sociopath was not gifted the X gene. The X gene created a violent sociopath. Knowing this, what do we do with the other mutants whose gifts, in their expression, are intrinsically antisocial? How do we rehabilitate them without fundamentally rejecting their mutant identities? Everyone run! I don't want a nap! Ugh! I want my nanny! Peter, you need to learn how to take care of yourself. You're a big boy. I want my nanny! Hank, maybe it's time we... Fine. Let her out. Peter! These goobers said I couldn't see you anymore. Nonsense. You're my baby boy. Come here. That's right. Right and better, isn't it? The fire is hot. The orphans are made. Rest your pretty head. We both know what comes next when all bad parents lay dead. Drink from Nanny. Wet your thirsty tongue. Drink from Nanny, and we free the young. Wow. Yes. So, this one went feral within days of landing on Krakoa. To each his own. Kind of. He ran down a wild boar in front of some children. One of them freaked out, tried to help Mr. Piggy, and got clawed up pretty bad. So you're fixing him. Not me. These little babies. 2 pills, twice a day, keeps the ravenous wolfman psycho away. Your own design. Nah, they were developed by Department H. He took them a few years ago. Made his animal side completely dormant. Since my brain is a supercomputer, all I needed was a description of how the pills tasted to recreate their molecular structure. Really? I didn't know. Cecilia, come on. I made a few calls and got some boxes shipped over on Kate's boat. But that's cool, you think I'm a wizard. Shut up. Kyle, how are we feeling? A little tired. Not a known side effect of the treatment, but I'll make sure to make note of it. Someone's been digging. What did we say about that, Kyle? Sage? They're pills. Lots of pills. Wild child, off his meds. What do we do? Do your shield thing. Why do you think I brought you? Run! Found him. Do you know what today is, John? It's the day I clean my guns. Same as every day. It's the anniversary of the Mutant Massacre. We didn't forget. Romantic. Take him, Morlocks. Those who fall will be reborn. You attacked a defenseless group of Morlocks, victimizing them yet again. Haven't you caused them enough pain? Guess not. This is troubling. We've given predatory mutants a home in paradise. It's our responsibility to make a place for them. Such is the promise of Krakoa. Yet, gonna stop you right there. Do I see someone else in the back? Don't be shy. Let me get my peepers on you. Hey, Alex, get out of there. You put my brother in the circle of judgment without telling me? Scott, it's okay. This is the business of the council. He put 3 humans in the hospital, Scott. 2 lost limbs, one's disfigured for life. What are they talking about? I don't remember. I'm sorry. I think my head might still be messed up. He was going to kill them. He would have if Logan hadn't stopped him. Logan, had there been a death, there would be no discussion, no choice but to exile him to the pit. In that case, I would have no choice either. Everyone, relax. Unclench, please. Eyes over here. I've had an idea. Yay! Oh, clean up those poopy pants, Scotty. I'm here to save the day. Come on, you're so much prettier when you smile. These aren't predators. These are square pegs, straining heroically against round holes. That was a metaphor. You. What will we, the Quiet Council of Krakoa, do with our outcasts, our unwanted? Medication? Incarceration? These are human solutions. They are sweaty, and they are dumb, and they are GD boring. I know everyone on this council looks up to me, but I have a confession. I, too, know the cerebral itch of madness. And I know madness can be put to good use. Even these crazy right here. Cover your ears, Peter. I've not grown so accustomed to bureaucracy that I'll listen to you prattle on indefinitely. Reach your point before violence comes. These mutants have known only pain and suffering, except for Havoc, who has no excuse. They know quiet only in carnage, peace only in violence, tranquility only in insanity. If that is how they best express their gifts, who are we to stop them? Is not the expression of their mutation a birthright? We have not yet codified it in Krakoan law, but we will. Sinister might have a point. Sinister? You can't be serious. You have to relax. Your objections are heard, Scott. I promise you. But the Quiet Council will decide how to proceed. Now, leave us, so we may ponder Sinister's proposal. Scott Summers requested I look over the minutes of the recent Quiet Council meeting. Upon review, I can see why. On paper, the developments are indeed alarming, and I understand why Scott is ringing every alarm he can find. But having slept on it, I do see the faintest shimmers of wisdom in giving Mr. Sinister a team of troubled mutants. Could it hurt them to have a mentor who understands what it's like to be unwell? God knows they've received enough finger-wagging and sideways glances to cure them 1,000 times over if that was going to do the trick. I sniffed around and heard rumblings that you'd like to see them in the field as soon as next month. After much thought, I can throw my weight behind you as long as any missions follow these criteria. Chance of human casualties is nil. Placing these mutants in situations where their intrinsic overenthusiasm may lead to dead humans, and therefore banishment to the pit of exile, is unacceptable. I will not stand by while our most at-risk mutants are re-traumatized by that barbaric punishment. Violent overreaction is the ideal. These are bulls, and the world is a china shop. We don't let them out of their pen unless the goal is lots of broken china. There is therapeutic value in the carnage. The missions should allow these problem mutants to express themselves in ways frowned upon by polite society. In this freedom, perhaps they will find healing. If you can promise me these considerations, we're in business, and I'll just have to find myself another friend who has a house on the moon. You familiarized yourself with the briefing. Yes, it's simple enough. Sinister now wields a team of unstable mutants under the guise of therapy, and you need a babysitter. If there's trouble, we know you'll keep it in check. If there's trouble, we both know what I'll do. Only if the situation requires. Alex, I can trust you to go easy on him? As much as I can be trusted, yes. Smile. This is going to be fun. You've been given the chance to give back to the place or nation that's given you, well, everything. Through work, may you find your purpose. Hard work, you know, feels good. Psylocke, I'm bored. Tag in. We'll travel to the Essex State Home for Foundlings outside Omaha, Nebraska. Once there, we'll find and destroy the clone farm Sinister built underneath. They tell me it's been made redundant by the Five, and to be honest, I've let it go to the dogs. It's a complete teardown at this point. Also, full disclosure, I've gotten a few notes that it was an abomination against nature, decency, and if God exists, him too. Sorry, continue. This isn't a simple demo job. Sinister's marauders, minus our friend John here, have holed up inside, refusing all krakoan overtures to come home. These are psychopathic mutant assassins. Be careful. And I guess we're not allowed to call them the Marauders anymore. The overachiever, Catherine Pride, stole the damn name. No one engages the mutants unless I declare them hostile and give the order. I'm your leader in the field. Is that understood? This one's wild. He ain't gonna accept an alpha that can't dominate him physically. Could be a problem. I assure you, it won't be. Enough of the chit-chat. Everyone good? I swore I'd only go back to that orphanage to burn it to the ground. Guess this works. Transport leaves in 5. Be great to get away from these f***ing trees. Listen very closely. I think for a second you're using your powers on one of us at any time, for any reason. I'm going to shoot you between the eyes. Sure, Grandpa. Okay, understood. You're a dirty man, Mr. Sinister. Oh, dear God, you scared me. I'm sorry, with the little mouth and you just look... what do you want? I know how you love your orphans. Yes, I do. If this is all about getting your hands on my Peter, your wrists will be slapped hard. Flowery language. Flowery and vaguely inappropriate. I assure you I want nothing to do with your Peter. Oh, this doesn't feel safe at all. Is this normal? I got him. Ow, damn it. Son of a... Holy... Healing factors. They'll be fine. Sure. Hey, how'd you get roped into this? Okay. Get your rowdy ass on the plane. Something on your mind, milady. You're not telling me something. Of course not. That's what makes it fun, dummy. But trust me that you're in for a very, very fraught adventure. Super unpleasant. And here you are, with no choice but to go. I'll rest assured you haven't forgotten that. Now, be a dear and walk into hell for me. Back to sleep. Rest for the horror to come. All right. So, Hellions issue number 1 was fire. This is one of my favorite issues I've read so far. It has so much personality, very much in the vein of Marauders. It's not taking itself too seriously, but it's getting a lot of character development out of these characters, which I absolutely love. Mr. Sinister is incredibly sassy, which I am a fan of. I'm not going to lie. Because if you recall, Mr. Sinister always has a quip. He always has a retort and something to say. And he likes to goad. He loves that. He talks a lot of shit. He always does. They've just dialed that up to 11. And the characters are just an odd bunch. Greycrow, we know as one of the members of the Marauders that was in the attack known as the Mutant Massacre. Mr. Sinister's orders to wipe out the Morlocks because he deemed them genetically inferior. He used to go by Scalp Hunter, so he now goes by Greycrow, which is his last name, John Greycrow. This character is like a cyborg, basically. He does have a healing factor as well. We see that he gets attacked by Callisto and the Morlocks that were there and present and remember what the Marauders did. I'm sure they will never ever forget that. He was the one that actually got attacked this time, but Storm accusing him of attacking them, but he didn't protest this, he didn't refute it. So he does have some honor. He was following orders and he is a soldier. So I think they're lining him up to be more sympathetic. He probably didn't really get any enjoyment out of that, I'm sure. Wild Child, Kyle Gibney, is one of these more animalistic mutants like Wolverine and people like that that have more animalistic kind of mutations and healing factors and heightened senses and all that kind of stuff. But his mental faculties are completely taken over by his feral side. It's very, yeah, that's why he is on this Hellion squad, because he can't really interact with everybody else without possibly scratching somebody's face off, which is a real possibility. Then you have Nanny and Orphan Maker. Hilarious. They were just straight up villains when they first hit the scene, but Orphan Maker is a mutant that has a mysterious power that is supposedly very deadly to everybody everywhere if unleashed or activated, but it's never really implicitly stated what it is, which is a little worrisome. The exoskeleton armor that he wears pretty much contains whatever power it is, I believe, and it also provides him protection and strength and weapons and basically like an Iron Man armor. Nanny is a telepathic character, I know. She does have some telepathic abilities as well as some, I want to say, technopathic abilities. She can control certain machines and stuff, but she's super weird. Like, she's freaking crazy. Orphan Maker is almost like a kid trapped in an adult body, basically. Kwannon, Psylocke is cool. I like Kwannon. She's just cool. Like, she's so serious. She's so severe. And you can tell she's dangerous. You can just look at her and tell, like, she ain't around. You could tell, you can look at her and tell you gonna FAFO around and find out if you try her. Don't do it. I didn't know Havoc was dysfunctional like that. I didn't know that he had like that rage going on with him. So if anybody knows why Havoc is like that, like flipping out on people, I didn't know. It seemed like that this is like a reoccurring plot line that maybe has showed up before, but I don't recall Havoc having anger issues like that. But it was cool to see him crash out on those people after they blew up that van. I would have been mad too. You get blown up and see how you react, you know? And Cyclops too. Cyclops was ready to crash out at the Quiet Council meeting when he found out Alex was up there in the Ring of Judgment and they didn't tell him. And I understand this. I agree with Cyclops on this issue. I don't care if I'm not a part of the decision of whatever is going to happen, but you need to tell me if my family member, my brother, is on trial. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't they tell him? They were shading Cyclops like he was some trick off the street and not the Cyclops, the Summers. I was like, oh, hey, that was cold-blooded. I ain't gonna lie, that whole sequence was cold-blooded. Storm, Jean, Nightcrawler, talking about he was going to kill them. If Logan hadn't stopped him, Logan had to stop him. He said it kind of like, Logan, if Logan said he crazy, then you know he crazy. I was like, damn, Kurt fried him. But last but not least, Empath, who is a piece of shit. Like, this dude is like probably the worst person in the world. Hot garbage. But it's not his fault. It's like not his fault that his powers shaped his early formative years of how to be socially accepted. So he's just not pleasant. He's not good. He's got a lot of issues and he's basically a supervillain. And you know who recruited him, Emma. And in a lot of ways he does remind me of her too, but he just takes it to a whole nother. He has no shame and no guilt. Literally the worst person. So I'm excited to see how they all interact because individually they're all pretty dysfunctional. So together, about to be a hot mess. If you enjoyed this video, please give me that thumbs up. And if you haven't joined yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead, subscribe, join the crew, and I'll catch you in the next issue.